What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. This time it is the Plague Punisher. We're going to use the Plague to punish our enemies. So, our stats are 60 Vigor, 50 Mind, 20 Endurance, 12 Strength, 13 Dexterity, 29 Intelligence, 30 Faith, and 16 Arcane. They are distributed like that so we can use the spells and equipment we need. And the rest goes into Vigor and Mind because we're going to cast a lot. We're going to try to survive a lot as we try to apply different debuffs on our enemies, or plagues if you'd like to call them that. Now, moving on, these are the items we're using. Black Knife, of course, for Ash of War. Ash of War here, we get Bleed. We got Rot from the Scorpion Stinger. This is just low stats requirement. We use some of the Dragon spells. This gets us our Poison. This increases our damage whenever we do Poison or Rot, and the rest are there because they're white, gonna just match. You can switch them out if you would like. This of course increases our attack power whenever we do Rot. This one I'm planning on staying at full health most of the time. We want to stay at full health, so we're gonna try to reduce damage as much as we can. Same thing here, damage reduction plus unlimited mana for a few seconds is always useful. And then we're gonna move into our spells. This is what I'm gonna be using: Beast of Fatalities, Golden Vow, Black Flames of Protection. Those three don't really need an explanation, to be honest. Great Blade Phalanx, to stagger our enemies. To apply, this is to apply Rot from afar. Same thing here, to apply Frostbite from afar. To apply Bleed from afar. To have another, debuff on the enemy. Just because it kind of fits the theme. And there's one more spell that I forgot about, Night Maiden's Mist. Very good for kiting enemies and all that. Now, you can use other spells as you see fit, but this is what I personally would use. Alright guys, so you can go for something that is more defensive. Instead of the Black Flames Protection, you can go for Golden Lightning Protection. You can go for the Barrier of Gold. That's also really good. You can go for anything that protects you against the elements, depending on who you're fighting and all of that. Otherwise, I would go for the Black Flames Protection if I'm going against enemies that use a lot of physical damage, and if they're doing a lot of physical or using a lot of physical attacks, then you can go for that. If not, do not use Black Flames Protection all the time because it does reduce your healing efficiency. Anyways, now let me show you what this character can do. This is 150, alright? And this is NG plus 5 right now. This is NG plus 5. I've already beaten this game with another build that you guys are going to see soon. And I'm planning on making a few concept crafting videos, and then you guys will get to vote on the next one. So I already did the Amateur's Assassin. I finished another one. I'm working on it right now, like editing the videos. It's gonna take a little while. I've been busy, but as you can see here, guys, I'm gonna take on 2 of these tree sentinels here. Not at the same time. I hate fighting 2 enemies at the same time, but I just wanted to test out this build and see how it performs. And as you can see, it's performing really well. You have the dagger, so if you want to apply Rot when you're close, right in front of them, you have an option. From afar, you can use your dragon spells, and you can apply 5 different debuffs. Alright, so a Frost Plague, which is Frostbite, the Blood Plague, which is just blood loss. You got, of course, the Rot Plague, the Toxic Plague, which is just Rot and Poison, and you got the Death Plague, which is your Black Flame and your Blade of Death, Ash of War. So you've got a lot of things to play around with. However, you do not deal a lot of damage, generally speaking, and a lot of bosses will be immune to some of your plagues. So let's say the Elden Beast, you're gonna have to go for Black Flame with a Black Death, or Blade of Death rather, Ash of War, let's say, to fight that guy, to fight the Elden Beast. So there are things you have to consider, that this build is not designed, to like easily take care of every single enemy, unlike some of my other builds. This one is supposed to be very different. It's complex a bit because you do have a lot of items, a lot of spells. You have to rotate. You have to know what you want to use next. You have to keep an eye out on, like, is he poisoned? Is he rotting? Is he whatever? Should I reapply those things? Should I go back and focus on frostbite and just dealing blood loss as well, or should I just go for blade of death and of course the black flame? That way you get to debuff them, and if they have a lot of health, those two spells will carry you pretty much. So there's nothing really much else to say. I have not tried him against anybody else. I just thought these guys can suffer all the plagues, so I wanted to try it out and see if I can just like do that with one of them. And then like this one here, I focus on blood loss and frostbite a bit more, so you'll see that very soon. I'm gonna poison him initially, I believe, and then I'm probably gonna be trying to go for frostbite. But I did want to try the snake here. I wanted to see if I can poison him and rot him at the same time, get two ticks going. But I believe that does happen at one point. And as you can see, the damage I'm taking is not that much. This is like the build that has the most health out of all my builds, 60 vigor. The rest are like between 30 and 40 vigor. Survivability is not that bad. I'm not dealing that much damage, but I'm not taking that much damage. As long as I keep my buffs up, I should be fine. Of course, Black Flame's protection and Golden Vow are very important here. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna try out other builds. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna see how it goes. But here, as you can see, going for some bleed now, some bleed build up. No, first I go for Blade of Death. Let's debuff him first, and then we'll finish him off. Anyways, and as always, I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next concept crafting video. Have a great day, take care, and peace.